back-to-backs in the first 8 days of the NBA season, Adam Silver. Are you serious? Does not matter. Warriors win 2 in 2 nights. One against the Grizzlies, one against the Clippers, both in very different fashions, but both seeing contributions from everybody on this Golden State Warriors roster. Great news keeps rolling in for your Golden State Warriors as they are 4-1 to start the 25-26 campaign. I mean, the Warriors held the Clippers to 79 points tonight. You're reading that correctly. The last time that the Golden State Warriors held a team under 80 points was December 20th, 2016. The Warriors dominated the second half of this game, 52-30. 14 in the third quarter for the LA Clippers, 16 in the fourth quarter. They were dominant, and it was on the heels, once again, at least defensively, of the young cats. Brandin Podziemski, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, all playing excellent defense throughout this game. Then you get scoring contributions from Steph and Jimmy in this one as well. I mean, Golden State played an ethical ball game tonight. 4 free throws attempted in the entire game. Jimmy had 0 on the night. Unbelievable. And you still win by 19 points. And you're getting rid of the boogeyman so far this season as well. The Warriors were 1-7 against the Clippers and the Lakers in 2024-2025. So far this season, 2-0 against those ball clubs. Also, 3-0 at home to start this season. They were just 24-17. Very, very mid in the Chase Center last year. Starting strong in front of the faithful in San Fran. Man, they were great in this one. Shot a little bit above average at 37% from 3. They held the Clippers to 6 of 33 from long range. They ended up tying in turnovers, but it didn't end up mattering, man. They were absolute forces on the interior. Shout out to Draymond Green. Shout out to Al Horford. Shout out to Quinten Post as well. We're going to talk about him in just a moment. But if you guys are fired up about that 4-1 start, show me. Go down below, hit that thumbs up icon, like today's video, send good vibes for the rest of this Warriors season as they continue to dominate here and gel at all-time levels. We're going to talk about Steph and Jimmy being the second highest scoring duo in the NBA so far this season. We're going to talk about Quinten Post in a little bit as well. First, though, I really want to touch and continue to praise the play, the development, the transformation of one Jonathan Kuminga. Didn't jump off the stat sheet tonight. It didn't. 9 points, 5 boards. Really started this game super, super hot. Had 7 of those points in that first quarter. Was converting shots at the rim. Continues to make the right plays, though, man. And this is a different player than we've seen so far this year. Jonathan Kuminga is the Warriors' #1 point of attack defender as well so far this year. Think about the assignments that he has had so far. Luka Doncic did go for 40-plus in that game. I won't say Kuminga did the greatest job, but whoever does on Luka. James Harden tonight. Ja Morant the night before. All those defensive assignments are some of the best scoring and distributing players in the league. Just best ball-dominant guys in the league, and Kuminga is having those assignments. In this game, I mean, James Harden went for, a cool 20, but he was 6 of 15 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. Warriors did a great job closing out on him collectively, and Kuminga was a big part of that defensive effort, man. He continues to shine. He continues to play the right way, and I'm going to show you guys that anybody who thinks, Smitty's just been a hater for this this whole time on Kuminga. No, I knew what was going on. He just needed to change his philosophy as a player, and everything would fall into place. Look at this chart. Look at this chart on Jonathan Kuminga. If it's too small to read, I'll break it down for you. He is breaking through. Shout out to Sport Radar. Jonathan Kuminga might be one of the most improved player candidates to start this season. If we're going to the top left one first, percent of his shots that were low-quality looks. And this was all tracked before this game began, but I think he contributed to all of these trends against LA here. But percentage of the low-quality shots, he's eliminated that disgusting mid-range in isolation. I mean, he's doing his job. More selective so far this season. You see that all going down. On the top right, you see percentage of his drives to create a potential assist, looking for his teammates, playing small forward the right way like he wanted to. It's all coming in droves. Way more so far this season setting up his teammates. He's hitting the glass as well. Percentage of offensive rebounds in the bottom left there that he goes out there and tries to grab. I mean, it's been hovering below 40% his entire career. And now it's near 45% of shots that go up. He continued that for sure in this one. And then a percent of opponent picks where he defended the ball. Look at the assignments that he's got so far this season. Luka, Harden, Ja. He's playing a bigger role on the defensive end. And, I mean, what's that constituting from Steve Kerr? Praise from Steve Kerr so far this season. And he also says that Jonathan Kuminga, he's going to be a mainstay in that starting lineup. He will be our starter moving forward. Another thing he said before this game began, the Warriors tonight starting a very different lineup of Steph Curry, Jonathan Kuminga, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Quinten Post against a veteran, long, strong Clippers starting unit there. So it was a matchup thing, but not in Kuminga's case. He's going to be a starter moving forward for this basketball team, and it's because he's earned it. It's because he's been developed. It's because he's listening. It's because he's not playing with his own agendas anymore. He's buying in to what the Golden State Warriors have going on. We're going to talk about Quinten Post in just a moment. First, though, want to make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. I mean, we are almost at the biggest milestone in channel history, man. Less than 200 subscribers away from 100,000. Join the channel today. Free Warriors content every single day. We're going to be live on Thursday. Hopefully we hit it then against the Milwaukee Bucks. 100,000 subs. YouTube's going to send us a plaque. We're going to have to make this graphic a little bit bigger to fit 6 figs in there, man. Join the channel today. We cover your Warriors like nobody else on YouTube. Alrighty, let's go to Quinten Post here, who was, what? Am I reading this correctly? No, this has to be a typo. Quinten Post was a plus 34? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? What an assignment he was put on his plate tonight against Ivica Zubac, who dominates Golden State historically. Quinten Post teeing him up. And sure, Zubac still had his night. He was getting up a high volume of shots. Let's look at Zubac real quick and what Quinten Post did against him. 14 and 13, but that's better than this, the 22 and 17 that he had in game 82 of the season last year. Quinten Post is showing a lot of development here in year 2. I mean, Zubac put up 12 shots. He didn't even shoot that high of a percentage, and he only operates right around the rim. Post did a great job, and he also knocked down his three-point attempts. QP, 4-3, 4 of 7 tonight, man. Green lights there still. He started tonight. He said he was super happy to be able to make an impact, to start and make an impact. He's not really feeling like he's done so over the first few games of the season. Quinten Post, he's going to be a player, man. Stretch 5 in this Warriors offense. It's awesome to see. You also got Al Horford as well. And Quinten Post got the start tonight. We're going to keep seeing that as the season goes along. I said Al Horford is back in the lineup tonight. Well, he's not really going to be a starter as Steve Kerr only wants to play him about 22 minutes a night, and we'll see if he's fresh for the playoffs to up that minute load. But here's what Steve Kerr is going to do with the Warriors starting lineup here per Slater. Also, pregame, he said the plan is to switch between Brandin Podziemski and Quinten Post for the 5th starter. The ingrained starters right now, as we told you before, Kuminga has entered that fold with Curry, Butler, and Draymond Green. As there are 4 guaranteed starters every single night, and then they will go between Brandin Podziemski or Quinten Post based on matchups. This is awesome, man. This is fun. The veterans are gelling finally with the young talent here. The young talent got another year older, and we're going to talk about their connection in just a little bit. First, though, I got to tell you guys about our proud sponsor on tonight's program, and that, of course, is Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports platform, and the high-flying hoops action is even better on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right and where you can get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5. It's the best daily fantasy sports app in the game, not because it's super easy to use, not because it has the best interface, not because it's aesthetically pleasing, but because they offer the best features, man. Stacks. You ever heard of stacks in a daily fantasy sports lineup? Yeah, not till Prize Picks introduced it, where you can put 2 or more stat projections from the same player in the same lineup. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you can watch the winnings roll in, man. I've been a customer longer than they've been a sponsor here at Chat Sports. You can give me a follow on Prize Picks as well. In the feed tab, copy some of my lineups. It's becoming a social event as well. Didn't do so hot in this Warriors versus Clippers Prize Picks that I threw together. Ended up going 3 of 6, but maybe I just got to take a couple picks out of my lineups and start going smaller here on Prize Picks. You can tell my picks or fade them. Just do it at Prize Picks. Download the app today and use the code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All that information is clickable in the comment section and description of today's video. You know what else is great news for the Golden State Warriors? The fact that Wardell Stephen Curry has only played 28 minutes a game over the last two in a back-to-back setting at age 37 years old. And he's still having awesome nights with the basketball in his hands, man. 7 of 15 from the field in this one. Didn't necessarily connect on all of his three-point attempts. I mean, he was just meh from range tonight. That's okay. That's okay. You want to know why? Steph, through the first 5 games of the season, is absolutely on one. 27 points per night, 5 assists per night on 50, 40, 100. Who else is doing that at 37, man? Who else is doing that at 37? 19 points tonight, nothing crazy, but another 8 dimes, setting up his teammates. He had a stretch there. I don't know if it was in the third quarter or the second quarter when they were really stretching the lead out for the first time, but Steph was just getting out in transition, some nice lead passes ahead to teammates, just moving the ball up floor. The Warriors just created chaos on both ends tonight. It was awesome to see, and it's because of the connector that the Warriors have now on this roster. And that's because of Jimmy Butler making life easier for everybody else as well. A smooth 21 points tonight for Big Jim, and Jim's averaging 21, 5, and 5 on 55, 52, 88. I know he's going to be mad that he's not 50, 50, 90 right now, as he's missed a couple of free throws so far this year, but that's been a point of emphasis for him as well. He continues to dazzle, continues to set everybody up, continues to quarterback this defense. This has been awesome, man. I love what I've seen from Jimmy so far. I mean, it hasn't resulted in a title yet, so as far as moves that have not yet resulted in a title or have not resulted in a title, it's one of the greatest moves that the Warriors have made. Shout out to Mike Dunleavy for going out and making it happen. Jimmy Butler is the first Warriors player ever to record back-to-back games with 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists on 75% shooting or better. And he did it on back-to-back nights. Second highest scoring duo in the NBA right now. Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler both past the age of 35. Everybody should catch up. Everybody should catch up because these guys are lapping you. All right, let's talk about Pods, who did not start tonight, but he continues to play like a veteran this season. I mean, as a whole, this group of Warriors young cats just got another year older. And Brandin Podziemski, we knew, had a high basketball IQ. Just sometimes the decision-making in the moment, he rushed things, he sped things up. He's slowing things down, and he's keeping things simple this season. He's making the right reads. 4 assists to 1 turnover. Love that ratio for Pods. Love that he's going out there and grabbing 5 boards. Wasn't super efficient tonight from long range, but that's all right. That's all right. I mean, he was nasty in the first game of this back-to-back set. So love what I'm seeing from Pods. The defense is there. We all know he's going to be active on that end as well, taking charges and whatnot. More great news on Brandin Podziemski there. More great news on Moses Moody as well. One of the Warriors' point of attack defenders on that end. And somebody who's not afraid to go out there and launch 3-ball. That's another thing that I'm noticing as well with this team. No matter who you are, everybody's launching threes. Everybody's going out there. It does not matter. No hesitation. Get the good shot up if you have a good shot. I'm sure that's good coaching from Steve Kerr, Terry Stotts, the whole crew on that Warriors bench there. And Moses Moody's no different, man. Even when he missed his first 2 of the night. No hesitation on the next look that he got. Nailed it, and he was awesome. He was awesome. By the way, Podziemski with a buzzer beater after a muddy possession to end that first quarter. That was great. And then we'll talk a little bit about Will Richard, because that's a guy who Moses Moody is probably feeling a little bit threatened by as he's starting his NBA career. A little bit of a similar archetype to Moody here, point of attack defender, havoc wrecker, as we would call him. And Steve Kerr likes this guy as well. Always in the right spots. I mean, the Warriors, out in transition, he filled his lane correctly after creating a turnover, or being a part of creating a turnover. Steph hit him on the run, and easy 2 at the rim there. Hit one of his 3-point attempts as well. A great second round find, once again, much like Quinten Post is for Golden State. Horford played excellent defense down low, but didn't contribute too much on the offensive end. 1 for 5 from the field. He's just going to continue to get more acclimated and get better adjusted to this Warriors system offensively, and the shots and the makes will come then. Trust me, I watched Al Horford for a long time. The jumper ain't going away anytime soon. Buddy Hield's jumper wasn't there tonight. He didn't play super well, but didn't play all too much. It's fine. The Warriors don't need to play 11, 12 guys on average. That's fine. That's money. That muddies things up. And if Buddy's not on one night, that's okay. We can go to other options on this team. It's super, super deep. Eventually, we're going to get back DeAnthony Melton on this roster, who we have not seen just yet. And hopefully, he ends up taking the minutes from GP2 here, because I don't know if I can watch Gary Payton play basketball for the Golden State Warriors anymore in the rotation. Like, it's 2025. I think we're done with the GP2 experience, and that's okay, man. He was a minus 17 in 5 minutes. How do you do that? Shout out to Stephen A. Smith. How do you do that? Like, seriously. Minus 17 in 5 minutes. Unacceptable. Plus minuses and everything, but when everybody else is way in the greens in the game you win by 19, how are you minus 17 in the game you win by 19? In 5 minutes. The Warriors, for about a 9-minute stretch in that second quarter, when GP2 entered the game, they couldn't hit anything. They were 1 for 9 from 3 in that second quarter. Just total offensive collapse. They were up 15 at the beginning of the quarter. Then they were losing at halftime. They ended up dominating in that second half, 52-30. What a defensive performance. Are the Golden State Warriors one of the best defensive units in the entire NBA? I think so. When you couple Butler, Green, improvements from Kuminga and Moody and Pods, Horford, Quinten Post improving on the defensive end. He kind of did a great job on Ivica Zubac, forcing misses in and around the rim. Awesome stuff from everybody all around once again, except for GP2. But this Warriors team looks like it's gelling. This Warriors team looks like it's firing all cylinders early this season, and that is fantastic news. Great news keeps rolling in for the Dubs. They are 4-1. They're going to play the Bucks, another 3-1 team, on Thursday. That's going to be an excellent game. We're going to be live for that. Before we get out of here, I got to ask you guys, will Golden State finish as a top 4 seed in the Western Conference? Y for yes and for no. Get loud, get proud for me down in the comments section. And make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well. That will do it for today's show. We're going to be live again, like I said, on Thursday. If you're going to be live with us on Thursday, joining us on the stream, type me down in the comment section. I'll be hearting and replying to every single one. We'll see you guys all then. And as always, let's go Dubs.